Everyone, it's Fred again from Notes of a Nomad, video number 294. Today I want to talk about what it actually means to be a Canadian. There was an interesting radio program. It's called The Current on Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. And Monday to Fridays, they interview and discuss current topics. And this topic was having national service for young people, maybe mandatory national service for 1 year, perhaps working in the communities or planting trees or doing something in the service of the country. And during this discussion, I found it very interesting. Let me share some of the thoughts about what it means to be a Canadian. And, you know, there was obviously this is a very big country, and some of the topics were that Canadians lack basic civic education, and it's impacting our democracy, and it's a problem. And that was one of the things that was brought up. Now, it's very obvious one of the reasons why this is a big country. It's like having 13 different countries. There are 10 provinces and 3 territories. And the people in British Columbia, where I live on Vancouver Island here, aren't that familiar with what's going on in all the other 9 provinces. Alberta is totally different, as is Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland and Labrador are the 10 provinces. And it's such diverse that we're not familiar with each other. And then, of course, we have 3 territories. So we have the Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut up in the Arctic. And people are not familiar with the other people in the country. So there's a big challenge there alone. How do we inform what it is to actually be a Canadian? Now, apparently, there's a lot more interest coming. There has been research being done that people like discussing social issues with their family and friends and what's going on in the country, particularly now with all the changes that are happening now that we've got a new prime minister and we have the tariff wars, etc. And we're saying, hey, let's do the best we can for Canada. But a lot of people don't learn things in school or civics, like the people who do not learn anything about civics in school. They still also are interested, as are the people who do learn civics in school. The ones who do learn are more interested in discussing social issues. But this is one of the challenges. How do we uh, train the people? And during this discussion, it was said, well, with latest technologies, that can happen. And what I found fascinating in this discussion was there was a young fella who was interviewed, 17 years old, by the name of Jason. Jason is very well connected and has created a foundation and young youth programs. And this is what he said. And this really resonated with me. I'll read some of the transcript from the program. He said, I think the first thing that we need to do is to create a national standard of civic literacy. So provinces are held accountable for ensuring every young Canadian going through the school system is not only updated and has a nuanced understanding of the federal system, but what it actually means to be a Canadian. And he also said, we live in polar different places of this country. We're extremely rural. We don't have a sense of unity. We come from entirely different backgrounds, and we don't have a framework in place to unite us other than the values of which Canada holds itself on, which we aren't even uniformly reintegrated or taught into that framework in the classroom. So yes, there's a desperate need for it, and we need to figure out a solution that can combine education systems. And that really did resonate with me because I believe that Agora Speakers has some techniques and approaches that can assist, including online sessions where people from one coast to another coast can join in and have discussions about what it actually means to be a Canadian. So my plan is to reach out to Jason, who's a very well-connected young man. He's in Ontario, only a few thousand kilometers from me, where I live on the West Coast. But let's see if there is some synergy between what he is talking about, trying to figure out a solution that can combine the education systems, and hopefully, in my approach would be to have people in the Arctic be able to talk to people in Ontario who could talk to people from Newfoundland, and they can join in sessions and discuss what it actually means to be a Canadian. So that is my thought on the recent radio program I heard. I'm going to reach out to Jason and see if maybe there's some synergy between what I'm doing and what he's doing. So with that, I say adios, au revoir, wishing you, your family, and friends lots of love and laughter. So bye for now from Fred and Notes of a Nomad. Until next time.